is Ruben Campillo. I was born and raised in Mexico, but I have lived in Charlotte for the last 22 years. So I consider Charlotte home. I have lived here longer than I have lived anywhere else. I always tell people I've been in Charlotte as long as the Panthers have been playing here. So in 1994, there was only one sports bar uptown, and at 5 o'clock everything was dead. So I've been here long enough to see all of this great things happen. What else did you ask me? So, where I'm from, what I do?
Yes, about you and where you're from.
So yeah, Mexico, little village town, 200 miles north of Mexico City.
So I'm Jessica Washington, and I'm from Charlotte. I was born in Washington, D.C., but only lived there for a few years, so I consider myself a native. So I love Charlotte. My family's from here. You already know I worked at the Urban League. Before that, I was a teacher, an ESL teacher at Salisbury High School in Salisbury. And before that, I worked at Ruben Community College as an early literacy coordinator. And my first real job after college, I worked at the library as a team services.
My name is Margo, Scurry. I'm a mother and a wife. I have 2 beautiful daughters and 2 I don't like calling them stepchildren, I call them my bonus kids. So, just like I love mine. And I have a grandson that's 4 years old. A little bit about me. I've been in Charlotte for over 30 years. Me and my husband met in upstate New York, where I was a programmer for IBM and then a project manager. As soon as we married, I said, can we leave now? I hated the snow, and it took me a year to convince him, because he didn't think anything in Charlotte. He thought the highest thing in Charlotte was the water tower or Baysford Road. So it took him a while, but once he did, he came down here, we loved it. We raised our family here. As I said, I started out as a programmer for IBM. I've worked at several of the banks. They've changed names so many times since I worked for them. And back in the early 90s, I started to get a little burnout from the bank. And I left, and I started doing, working for my husband on the back end, doing his technology stuff. And I tell you, that's the most challenging job I have ever had, is working with my spouse. But it also sparked the fact that maybe training was my first love, because if I can teach him, I can teach anybody. So, he's probably watching, so love you, dear. But you're hard to train. But anyway, but training's kind of my passion.
Hello, I'm Cache. I'm originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I have a 7-year-old son. When we first moved here, we've been here about 3 years. And we pull up, he's like, oh, this city, are we in New York? So, compared to Green Bay, Charlotte's a lot so we love it here. We hope to be here for quite some time. I moved here to do my master's at Owens, Charlotte, in planning and geography, so I'm a planner by trade. And kind of look through the lens, at issues through a spatial lens. So I'm kind of new to the digital inclusion world in practice, but working with community organizations to the Charlotte Action Research Project, digital inclusion is something that we kind of saw come up as an issue over and over and over again. So I'm excited to kind of get to dig in and work with all these great